for the CWA, and we're here because my local and regional leadership has told me that we're definitely in support of Occupy, whether it's campus or Wall Street, anything. And normally what happens is, you know, old guys like me come from labor, and then we want to control everything and make everything happen the way that we think it happened 100 years ago, which I'm sure most of you know by now has really failed. So we had a choice. Our choice was we could either have expanse or control. And expanse is the way to go, because it helps everybody to sort of articulate their needs in any cause or movement. So not only are we in support of your efforts, we want to join your efforts. And a smart thing to do that labor hadn't been doing was when you see a good leader, you follow them. You don't try to compromise them. You don't talk them into compromise. You just follow. Therefore, adding to what is expanse instead of control. So I want to urge you to keep expanding, keep resisting a kind of control that then wrecks the organic sort of process that you have in trying to get what you want, trying to take the world and flip it back around the way it's supposed to be. This is still a public institution, just as the last speaker said, and you are definitely part of the public. And you definitely deserve the best that any organization can give you. One time, I think President Gee said something about there are only two things you can see from space. One of them is the Great Wall of China. The other one, he claimed, was the Ohio State University. So I want to submit to you that that's one that stands up to its mission. And they won't do it unless you make them do it. You have to make them do it, and this is the way to do it, and that's why we choose expanse instead of control. So we'll join you in your efforts and the things that are done. We won't try to control it. It ruins the organic process, and you know organic processes are the things that make flowers bloom and trees grow. So we got trees, you got to grow. So I'll give you that message. In addition, I have to talk about issue 2, which is another constricting, controlling, sort of corporatizing of public workers. You know, again, like the last speaker said, that you own these lands and properties and public things, and the workers are sort of under your supervision, instead of legislatures that would have rules that don't apply to them. And so I would urge all of you to vote no on issue 2 as another stand against a corporate type process. Like I know you've all heard of the leasing or selling of parking, which then takes it private, which then says you don't have rights to kind of make a decision about, you know, what kind of service you have, what kind of payments you make, because the university can say, it's not us. But if it's not them, then it's got to be us. And so, in all your efforts, remember expanse instead of control, remember resistance to compromise, and remember that whatever you can imagine is much more loftier than what's going on. So good luck to you, and we'll be around as a union on campus, and we'll keep supporting you. Thank you.
I'm not a good speaker like Rich. I'm just here from the workers' point of view. I'm not a custodial worker. Nothing's wrong with being a custodial worker. Started there in '91 as a custodial worker at the medical center. I'm actually a supply coordinator at this moment. They held 6 jobs. There probably will be a 7th. When you learn something, you just keep moving forward. Don't let nobody hold you back. My thing is, I'm all about fairness for everybody. And if I'm going to issue 2, if issue 2 makes it in, people are really unfair to us to start off with. I had to go to Rich to fight for my raise for the last 2 years, and I'm a worker that come to work every day. I don't miss time. I don't even miss time when my mom is ill. I adjust my schedule so nobody would have to do my work. I come in on different hours to do my work. But to tell me that you can only give me a 2% raise, I didn't do 2% worth of work to receive a 2% raise. So my thing is, I think if you want to be fair to us, if you got a worker like me, be fair to me by my raises. I'm a little nervous up here, I'm sorry. I kind of speak out for everybody. I have a lot of people come to me because I'm a union steward. At this moment, I'm actually the lead chief steward at the medical center. I have nurses come to me for advice. I have actually managers come to me for advice. I try to give them the best advice I can because I don't discriminate on who you are. Sometimes managers don't understand what they need to do. If we don't tell them, they don't know they're doing wrong. So when you tell them, maybe sometimes you can change the way that they go around in their life. So like I said, I'm all about fairness. So I think if issue 2 was to be voted in, it would be hurting a lot of us out there. Because you guys are still trying to make it through to the college to get these jobs. So if it's unfair to us at this moment, it's going to really be unfair to you guys in the future. I have kids, my youngest is 21. I'm trying to get him into college now. He did not want to go to Ohio State. Thought it was too big of a university for him. But he did just start Columbus State. So my youngest is in school, so I do understand where you young people are coming from. I was actually going to say boys and girls, but where you young people are coming from. I'm an older lady, so that's kind of like where I'm staying at. I talk to my kids like that. My oldest is 28. I still call her a girl, but she's a young woman. I got to get past that, but I was just out here trying to speak up from a worker's point that if they're unfair to us, they would be unfair to you. I think everybody needs to get out and vote who's able to vote. I'll be at the Union Hall. I'm going to try to be at the Union Hall that day. I'm going to change my schedule around so I can be there. People need rides and don't have a ride. Feel free to try to call. I'm actually going to be there to try to help people get around the vote because I know it is kind of hard. I drive my mom around the vote everywhere when she has to vote. So I kind of think if we lean on each other, we can make this work.